Hello, grade 5 students. Welcome back to our science class. Before we proceed to our new lesson, let's do the pre-assessment. This will be a chat box activity. Identify what is asked and choose the answer inside the box. These are the choices. And the question, you're going to write your answer in the chat box. For your next activity, you will do it in Mentimeter. You're going to answer this question. Do you think that humans can breathe the air on Mars? Write your answer in the link that will be available in the chat box during the online class. Today, we're going to learn about Lesson 4.7, Into the Future. On your student book, it is on page number 86 to 87. The learning objectives of this lesson: first, to know one of the expeditions to Mars. Second, to differentiate asteroids and comets. Before we go further to our new lesson, let's define first the following keywords. Asteroid. It is a small rocky object that orbits the Sun. Comet. It is a small object with an icy core that orbits the Sun, and when it passes near to the Sun, it has tail of gas. So you need to read and practice these keywords so that you will be able to understand more the concept of this lesson. Scientists have planned one day to send monsters to Mars. In recent years, a number of different countries have sent expeditions to Mars. What you need to know about Mars? Let's watch this video. The Mars rover Curiosity was sent there by NASA in the year 2011. It is an unmanned craft which is exploring the surface of the planet, and it's transmitting data back to Earth. Its missions include trying to find evidence of water and of life on Mars. Suggest why scientists have sent a rover off to Mars rather than sending people. Why are scientists interested in exploring Mars? Now, let's see a video on how the testing of Mars rover Curiosity on Earth differs
Long
from
before
on
landing
Mars.
on Mars,
Let's watch
Curiosity
this
had to
video.
prove herself on Earth. But in the Mojave Desert, it's hard to get the full Martian experience.
We have to deal with all these different things that are unique to Mars. Gravity's the biggest one. Mars gravity is 3/8 of Earth's gravity. So we had to build a whole nother rover that weighs on Earth what Curiosity weighs on Mars.
It's really fun to, like, every once in a while, kind of leave the office environment behind and come out to an environment like this and see what the real rovers are going to be doing on Mars.
That's what we should do, dig in all 6 wheels, have it sink down so they're completely embedded as though it were in an avalanche and see if it comes out.
We're potentially burying the side wheel, the middle wheels.
Let's get it really stuck.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
You know, my dad said I was always going to become a ditch digger, and maybe he was right. We could shovel more in there, but I mean, it's up to its axles, right?
Oh, we're really starting to sled now. Look at it go. Yeah, once the wheels drove over the mounds.
By the way, what I'm learning here is that it's really hard for this thing to get stuck.
Curiosity makes it look easy on Earth, but on Mars, simple mistakes can be fatal.
2-minute margin before our computed downlink of 8.5 megabits.
We are a little bit power constrained.
We have landed a gigantic, complex machine hundreds of millions of miles away, and we're operating it by remote control, and we have to treat it very gently. The rover does things each day, and then at the end of the day, that data is transferred down to the Earth. The people on the ground look at what happened the day before, and then they begin a breakneck near sprint trying to figure out what the commands for the next day should be.
We'll be analyzing the rest of the sequence execution today, and then we'll get into the briefing.
You know, there's not a lot of people who can say that they've commanded a vehicle on the surface of another planet. And once you have that experience, you get quickly calibrated to risk. The gravity of what we're doing isn't lost on us. And once you hit enter and you send those commands to Mars, there's nothing more you can do.
In the future, it might be possible to build a manned space station on Mars. Having a local source of water would be essential for humans to be able to live and work there. For your next activity, imagine that you are in charge of controlling the Mars rover. Describe how you would use it to find out more about the planet. As the years pass by, there are a lot of different discoveries and studies conducted in the solar system.
Fun facts about the
In the
universe.
solar system, there are
What's the difference between asteroids and comets?
These are also orbiting comets.
Look at these
Now,
images.
let us see
They
what
are
is the difference
asteroids
between asteroids
and comets.
Let's watch
You've
this
heard talk
video.
about asteroids and comets many times. But do you know what they are? Can you differentiate them? Asteroids and comets are rocky remains which exist since the formation of the solar system. When they are close to our planet, we can see them in plain sight, and some of them are beautiful, like this comet. Asteroids and comets are differentiated because of their composition and their size. Asteroids are usually larger than comets and are composed of rock and metal. So, the sun's heat hardly affects them. Also, asteroids don't have a tail. Remember that. Comets are composed of ice, rock, dust, and organic compounds, and are recognized because they do have really long tails. The most famous one is Comet Halley, which can be seen from Earth approximately every 75 years. Though seen from the surface of our planet, it looks gigantic and as if its tail could measure millions of kilometers. Comet Halley is very small, measures 50 kilometers long and 8 wide. Also, it's the shape of a peanut. The universe is so cool, isn't it?
Comets, these are made of ice, rock, and compounds with hydrogen and carbon. The length of this 1 kilometer to nearly 100 kilometers. Hazy clouds and tails form as they near the sun, and most in outer solar system, Kuiper belt or Oort cloud, probably formed in outer solar system, may have delivered water to Earth. Asteroids made up of rock and metals. The length 5 meters to nearly 1,000 kilometers. There's no tail, at least one found to have water. Most in the asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter probably formed inside Jupiter's orbit. May have caused mass extinction on Earth. Okay, the similarities of these two, both relics of the early solar system, orbit the sun, not spherical in shape, have collided with Earth. Remember, asteroids are regular-shaped rocks which orbit the sun. They vary in size from slightly smaller than a planet to the size of a grain of sand. Comets and icy core, they have distinctive gas tails which can sometimes be seen without a telescope. Early astronomers observed many comets that pass close to Earth. Halley's Comet has been known about since prehistoric times, but it was recognized as being a returning object by Edmund Halley in the year 1705. He correctly realized that the same comet is visible from Earth every 75 to 76 years. Halley's Comet will next appear in the year 2061. Scientists believe that in the future, we will be able to mine asteroids and comets for precious metals, minerals, gases, and even water. Why in the future might it be useful to be able to mine metal and minerals from the asteroids? For your next activity, let's fill up this Venn diagram. You're going to write what is all about comets and asteroids and what is the similarities between comets and asteroids. Choose your answer in the table below. Next activity will be in the live worksheet. Click this link and do the activity. For your assessment in this lesson, the link will be provided during the online classes and the time limit will be only 3 minutes. This is the link on how you're going to join the online game. For the summary of what you have learned, write 2 things that you have learned from this lesson. Click this link and write your answer. The time limit is only 2 minutes. For your homework, research the history of the exploration of Mars from inventions of the telescope to the modern day. Write your answer in your notebook. That's all for today. Thank you for listening and have a good day.